What's up, guys, and welcome back to The Beast Completes. I am, of course, The Beast NJ. I have a little bit of a different episode today because I have completed a bunch of different games. They're a little bit smaller games, so I wanted to just combine them all into one episode here and just briefly run down what each game was all about and how I felt about it. So, maybe I should find out what I'm on right now because I don't even know how many games I've completed so far. I want to say we're on 6, right? The last thing I did was the 5th game that I completed. I'm going to check right here. This is not the most professional way to go about things, but I'm doing it. And that's my life. That's what I do, and I don't want to hear anything about it, you guys. So don't come to me about this kind of thing. No, we did number 6, so we're on number 7 right now. So, okay. So number 7. We have, well, let me just list out the games first of all. We're doing Strider, Sound Shapes, Velocity Ultra, and Galaga Legions DX. These are all 4 smaller kind of like arcade games, but I have completed them all. So, number 7, Strider. This is a side-scrolling kind of Metroidvania type of game. I enjoyed it. The music I actually didn't really hear that much, so I can't say too much about the soundtrack because Spotify had just launched on PlayStation 4, which is where I played this. I don't know where else it's available, but I played mine on PlayStation 4 because I got it way back with PlayStation Plus, so I dove in on there, and yeah, I just went about my business, listened to some Spotify music, and just plowed through the game really fast, and I enjoyed it. It's fun. I totally recommend it. I don't know how much it is right now. If it's more than $10, I would probably hold off, but if you can find it for $10, pick it up. It's fun. It's definitely it's a pretty cool game. The combat's really fun. It's very fast paced, and it does give you a bit of a challenge. So yeah, that's Strider for you. It's fun. It's side scrolling. I have the gameplay up right there for you. And actually, I don't know. I'm not gonna do gameplay. I'm probably just gonna do the cover titles because I have so many games to cover in this. But it's fun. It's definitely the kind of game like a Metroidvania. Like I said, you go back, you get a new weapon, you got to go back to that area and unlock new stuff. It's by Capcom. It's a remake. It's an HD remake of the original Strider. So yeah, if you played that, it's the same concept, newer gameplay physics, newer graphics, but it's a good game. I enjoyed it very much. Moving on. Well, of course, that is the 7th game that the Beast has completed. Now moving on, we are on Sound Shapes, number 8. Sound Shapes is fun. I actually got I did the cross platform thing, or the cross cloud sync playing thing, where you get like all the trophies for all the different versions of the game, but I played some of it on Vita, I played some on PlayStation 4. It's fun. It was cool. I'll tell you what, the original game was really, really cool. The music, now, if you're not familiar with Sound Shapes, it's the type of game that you go through. It's a platformer, essentially, at its core. But you have to listen to the music in the game and follow along and, like, really intently listen, and that's how you know when to make certain jumps, when to move past certain enemies. It's all based on music and rhythm. So that's really interesting, especially because I am a musician. Well, I previously was a musician. And yeah, it's really a cool concept. It's something very different. I appreciate anything that tries to be different in the gaming industry today. So Sound Shapes was a really good game, and you get 3 copies of it for buying the 1 version. And the DLC is all relatively cheap, and there's like a ton of different DLC packs you can get for the game. So yeah, I enjoyed Sound Shapes. It was fun. I love a good platformer, and I love some good music. So Sound Shapes really compiled everything into it all together for me. So Sound Shapes is, of course, the 9th game that the Beast has completed. Moving on, Velocity Ultra 2X. Not enough good things to say about this game. I could sit here all day and just write down more. I love this game. It's awesome. I don't even know what to describe it as. It's kind of like I don't know, if you play Velocity Ultra 1, I will put the gameplay footage of this in here because I think you should see it. So look right there for that. And it's just like, it's crazy. So there's so many gameplay elements at play here. You have the one section where you're going through the ship, you're making your way, you're teleporting all over trying to save humans. They don't look like humans, they look like just space pods. But you're just trying to save all of these humans and make your way through puzzle. It's definitely got a puzzle element to it. You're unlocking different gates, and it's also kind of Metroidvania in that you have to go back to new areas and things, but you don't go back with new weapons necessary to unlock different things. You just have to remember to backtrack to open certain doors in certain orders, but it's kind of like a twin stick shooter, I guess, but a top-down twin stick shooter. It's really something unique. Now, on top of that, there's also sections where you're playing kind of like a side-scrolling action platforming game where you get out of your ship. You play as this character. She's a woman, and she's the pilot of your ship, and you run through these little cave areas, and you're also just like, it's still a twin stick shooter. It's still definitely a platforming section of the game, but it intertwines a lot of different things, and this game is really, really hard, but it's super fun, and there's a lot to go back for. There's different challenge modes, there's bonus medals, there's speed runs you can try to do. There's just really a ton of different good stuff to go through in this, so definitely make sure you guys check out Velocity Ultra. That's a big one, and my favorite one off of this list, easily by a long shot. Great game. Love that Future Lab Studios. Keep them coming, you guys. I love your games. And that's it. That is the, what are we on right now? The 10th game that the Beast has completed. Moving on to the 11th and final game, Galaga Legions DX. To put it shortly, this is a twin stick shooter of the arcade nature. It's an old school twin stick shooter, and let me just start off by saying, I do not like this game. I did not like it at all. The sound design is very poorly done. It's super clanky and just kind of like, it's noise. It's noise. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound pleasant. It just is bad on my ears. As far as the visuals go, I found that very distracting. The backgrounds were all very like psychedelic kind of trippy things, and with all the motion of all the different aliens coming at you, it was just too much. I did not like it at all. I was not a fan of it. I really just plowed through it once I started, because I had come so far already, and yeah, I had it on my PlayStation 3. I went back and saw it there, so I played through it. I figured, why not? I like twin stick shooters. I like arcade style games, but I was not for this one at all. I don't recommend it. I like original Galaga, just Galaga Legions DX. Stay away from it. If you haven't played it, or if you have it on your library, you'll be fine just deleting that sucker, because it really wasn't too good at all. I was not a fan, not at all. But nevertheless, that is the 11th game that I have completed. That's it for this episode of this Beast Completes. I'm sorry for the speed run. I had a lot of little games to get in here, and I figured I would just knock all 4 of them out right at once, since they were definitely smaller titles. None of them really took more than a few hours to beat for me personally, so I figured, why not just jam them all into one Beast Completes. So that's it, you guys, for the Beast Completes, and I will see you all just as soon as I complete another game right here. All you have to do to catch that is make sure you subscribe and come on back. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I am, of course, the friendly neighborhood Beast NJ.